Mental health issues are often silent injuries. You can't see them in the same way that if somebody comes to work with a cast on their wrist, you realize that there is an issue.
All of us have mental health just like we all have physical health. We either think of ourselves as being mentally healthy or mentally ill. Whereas really in reality, most of us will experience some mental health challenges of stress, anxiety, worry.
Mental health of a worker is as important as their physical safety. Unfortunately, anecdotally, we always hear somebody say, well, what's the big deal with this issue at work? Nobody's physically been harmed. You know, the proverbial suck it up buttercup, this is just the way it is. Maybe this isn't the job for you. Those are all easy ways out, and certainly not the answers we want to hear from employers or managers or supervisors with respect to how they view their responsibility to deal with these things.
We spend over 60% of our waking time in a workplace, and it is naive to think that the environments that we work within don't impact our well-being and health.
In some cases, you'll see acute trauma, which results in something that's very definitive, like PTSD, but where stressors are prolonged and they're not dealt with, our bodies will eventually become tired and fatigued, and we commonly refer to it as burnout. That individual response is a mechanism that our bodies go through in terms of trying to protect itself.
If I was doing other work, I may not have been exposed to that type of trauma at all, right? Home life was being affected. Not talking to anybody, even my wife, really allowed that to develop into something.
Employees are really the resource to organizations. If we don't have a healthy workforce, who's there to do the work?
The focus does have to shift. Safety is still important, absolutely, but mental and social well-being of workers has a huge consequence, not only personally for the individual, for their families, but also for the workplace as well. We see workers not being productive at work as a result of mental health issues. We see them being off work for periods of time. Statistics are showing that if you're away for about a 6-month period in time, it's unlikely that you'll ever return to any kind of work.
I should expect to go to work and be respected, to be valued, to be recognized, to be encouraged, and to feel safe to speak my mind.
I think we're getting to the point where you just can't avoid having those discussions about mental well-being in the workplace. We're seeing it to that level.
All organizations really have to do is accept that there's a problem, address the stigma, so make it okay to not be okay, and then train and educate people on what to do if they notice those things. We can't give people reasons to not get help.